Well, hello and welcome to Disneyland, courtesy of Louise, or as she's known now, Cinderella. Right, so let's start with what you might do at school then. Introduce everyone. Where's the Hercules and Meg table? Can you give us a wave, make some noise? Whoa, hey, well done. Oh, next is the Donald and Daisy Duck. Mickey and Minnie Mouse. Whoa. Nice one. Next we've got Ariel and Prince Eric. Princess Aurora and Prince Philip. Oh, now I don't know who's who here. Beauty and the Beast. They all look beautiful to me anyway. Aladdin and Jasmine. Hey, nice one. I know who this one is. Simba and Nala, the Lion King. I think you might be winning there. A winning play there. And Snow White and Prince Ferdinand. Right. So, my guess, I'm the father of the bride. Louise O'Donnell, just checking. Her name, yeah. I'm just say this all started on the 14th of December, 2018, when there was a knock on the back door. I was surprised to see it was Rory on his own. So I had a feeling I knew what he was up to. And before he even sat down, I thought, well, this is going to cost me. This is. and I was right. And another thing, for some reason I thought about this. I'm going to lose Louise Hickey. He's going to change her name. I'll come back to that in a bit. Anyway, he asked very traditionally for Louise's hand in marriage, and we, to be honest, we were delighted. And so what he said, he was going to do it very romantically on Christmas Eve. Because prior, we used to have a dog and we used to always go for a walk in the park on Christmas Eve. You're right, Lou. So we knew they were going for a walk, and so it was last light type of thing. And they didn't come back for ages. And we didn't realise there was actually, in the park, there was a pub. So we went to the pub. And it was like getting home 6 o'clock, and we thought, they're not back, what's happening? You know? And luckily, it was all happy when they came back. So all that was good, and the planning started. And obviously, things didn't go quite to plan. A little thing called a pandemic intervened. So we should have been here on the 7th of August last year. So obviously they persevered, and here we are today, which is great for them. What other things have happened in between? Because then in May of this year, I had another knock on the back door, and this was Louise. And again, I knew what she was going to tell me. She was going to tell me that she was expecting a baby. And I was right, one of them. Anyway, then, we kind of kept, because this was early in the pregnancy, so we kept things, she obviously asked us to keep it to ourselves. So we came up with a code name using her new name. So we called the baby Bod, which is Baby O'Donnell. And then a bit later in June, when she had her first scan, obviously we found out that they were going to have twins. I didn't guess this one. No, nobody did. you know, but yeah. So now we've had to change the name. So we've got Bod 1 and Bod 2 for our point of view. I was like, what do you call them?
Snap and Crackle.
Snap and Crackle. Yeah. Now the secret's out. Snap and Crackle. Right. So, yeah, going back to the name change. Louise obviously changed the name. It's quite a big thing for a dad when your daughter changes her name. They kind of. I mean, I'm absolutely 100% fine. I'm so glad she's joined the, O'Donnell family, because they're a lovely family, a lovely bunch of people. And if you don't know them, you'll find out today that they're great people. And Roy's a great guy and everything. And so I'm very happy with that. But not everybody, not all women are willing to change their name. There was a feminist comedian who was getting married, and somebody said to her, do you agree to, are you going to change your name? He said, no, I'm not going to change my name. I said, well, why not? I said, well, Bernard wouldn't suit me. And then thinking, when we came in, me and Christopher and Lucy, she's been through here several times when she shouldn't have been today, being nosy. And we thought, this is like a castle. That reminded me of another thing, that thinking of the name Bernard. But, maybe somebody called Bernard Castle, or maybe even Barnard Castle, who had, if he fell in love with somebody called Beyonce. Now, she would never change her name, because who would want to be called Beyonce Castle? Anyway, going back to Louise. Obviously everybody here knows her. But there's some things you might not know about her, right? About things that have happened and about her character a little bit. The first one is, get these stories in order. Oh yeah, the first one. We're soon, I hope we're going to enjoy a lovely meal. And me and Louise, we go to the football. We always had like a pizza beforehand. So we went to have a pizza, didn't we, Lou? And the waitress came over to Louise and gave her a sheet and some crayons to colour it in. And Louise said, I'm 22. I said, well, that's a good thing, because, so never mind not being able to buy alcohol, but you did enjoy the colouring in though, didn't you? And then, on another occasion, like you'll see, I'm surprised we're not in fancy dress today. Because you do like fancy dress, don't you?
I do.
You do. I'm surprised you haven't got wings on there, that type of thing. But yeah, you're dressed like Cinderella, so that's fine. You're in fancy dress. Well, the rest of us have let you down. So another time she was at work, and I think it was a caretaker said to you, I think your tire's flat, Louise. So she rang the AA, and the guy came along, and he said, I can get you to a garage, and we'll sort this out. We'll get it done so you can go home fine. So he drove around. We went to about 3 garages, didn't you?
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until she was in the 3rd garage when they found the tire that she wanted that she realised she was actually dressed in her pyjamas, because this Friday was come in your pyjamas day. Luckily, you're not easily embarrassed, are you?
No,
or maybe you are.
that's fine.
only by. Sure, I've got 2 more stories. What are they? Oh, damn. I should. Huh?
Petrol station where the man shouted that she couldn't.
Oh no, it's not that one. Yeah, when you're trying to fill petrol, yeah, it's not that one.
The man was shouting, no, you can't do it. Remember?
I'm amazed I can't remember this. Maybe I'll have to cut to the not Tigger on the top shelf, no. That was an embarrassing thing. I forgot them. I might have to cut to the quick now. I forgot my other 2 stories. Damn, mine's gone blank. It's too emotional. So anyway, it's my duty today to propose a toast to the happy couple. But in this case, I'm going to produce, because you know what's coming, what Louise is expecting, I'm going to propose a toast to the happy quadruple, which maybe I don't know if anybody's ever done that before. So there's an Irish toast I've heard, and it says, it's just for Louise, Rory, and the Bods 1 and 2, that if you, may your roof never fall in, and may everybody living under it never fall out. So you raise your glasses to the happy quadruple.
Happy quadruple.
Now, I'm pleased to say I can sit down, and Rory can stand up.
Here we go. Thank you, Peter, for your kind words, and also to Peter and Lucy for everything that you've done for me and Louise over the years, and for how you've welcomed me into the family. I know it can't have been easy to, as Liverpool fans, to welcome a United fan into the fold, but I'm sure our performances the last few years have made you view me more pity than rivalry. As you can see, everything here today Louise has organised, and it looks absolutely incredible. She's been in charge of everything, including all the timings for today, which is why we were a bit late. But she's also told me I've got to keep the speech below 5 minutes. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to name check all 8 of the bridesmaids. Hi everyone. But you all look amazing today, and both me and Louise want to thank you for all your help in getting her ready, and here, today and last year. And yeah, like I say, you all look amazing, but second only to Louise. So yeah, I'd like to raise a toast to all the bridesmaids, 1 to 8. Yeah. Obviously, if it had been up to Louise, we wouldn't have stopped at 8 bridesmaids, but I felt I had to put my foot down at some point, and she'll forgive me for it one day. I also want to thank everyone here for coming today. I know it's been quite short notice given circumstances, so we're really thrilled that everyone could be here to help us celebrate our wedding. Mine is basically just a long list of thank yous. So next thank you is Mum for making the cake, which is incredible. Mum's recently retired. Mum's recently retired, so she's happy to make any cakes anyone wants, free of charge as well, whenever you want them. I've also got to thank Mum and Dad more generally for all the support that they've given to me and Louise over the years. We're having the wedding on a Friday. I don't know if you've probably noticed. That was on Dad's behalf, so it wouldn't interfere with his Saturday afternoon drinking sessions with John Boyle. I'm not entirely sure we've been here today. So, but just as a token of our appreciation, I've actually got, I've got Louise organised a little, both for Lucy and for my mum. So who's this? What this one for? Should have been open, really, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
No
Not
pressure.
that organised.
No rush.
That one was Mum's.
Yeah.
So, to you first of all, thank you very much for everything.
Yeah, the best.
Oh, this one's easier. Sellotape. Lucy. Thank you for everything you've done as well. Sorry. Handily, Mum's actually abandoning me for 3 weeks on Sunday to go on holiday, so if you drop them around tomorrow, it's a nice out the window. I've got to thank next my best man James, best friend from primary school, probably earlier, and it's actually James's birthday today, so happy birthday to James. Thank you, everyone. You'll notice with the arrangement of the tables, James is sat next to Dad. That was at his request, because he's a bit nervous about his speech. Don't need them. He's a bit nervous about his speech, and he wanted to get some tips from a true master of craft. So yeah, Dad, if you want to give any little tips to James, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, got it.
And on to my ushers, separately, Christopher has actually been brilliant today and last year. And my other two ushers, wherever you are, I think you both know exactly how much you've done today and last year. I think that's the most diplomatic I can be about it. Yeah, finally, my thank yous go to Louise, because you'd kill me if I didn't say it to you. September last year was the happiest day of my life at the time, and it's now been relegated to third place since we found out we were expecting and later found out we were having twins. Obviously, as Peter said, our plans probably haven't gone quite as we expected after you accepted my proposal in December 2018, but I'm so pleased, happy that we're where we are now, and being able to celebrate our wedding with all our friends and family today. And I'm so excited for what the future holds with us. As Peter mentioned, the babies, the twins, have a few names. So originally when me and Louise found out that she was pregnant, the app we were using said that the baby was the size of a piece of rice. So we originally christened them Ricicle. And obviously finding out that there were twins, we had to give them two names, and that's where Snap and Crackle came along. And yeah, I can't wait for them to pop out and see us later on this year. So yeah, Louise, since we got married last year, you've been the perfect wife, and I'm sure you'll be the perfect mother to Snap and Crackle. And yeah, I love you very much. So please can we raise a glass to my lovely wife, bride, Louise O'Donnell.
Cheers.
Louise O'Donnell.
Right, I'm getting near the end now. Still got a bit more to go. Yeah, got rid of the stress of this speech. Just got the stress of James's speech to go, and then the first dance. So I hope you're not expecting any Strictly Come Dancing stuff on the first dance, because I've got 2 left feet, and Louise has got 3. So at this point, just before I pass over to James, I know it's a tradition to cast aspersions on someone on the best man's honesty, reliability, that kind of thing. So you're probably going to think I'm joking now, but James is a compulsive liar. Ever since I've known him, he's suffered from this. And it's backfired on him on occasion. He had to, well, your appendix nearly burst one year, didn't it?
It did indeed, thanks for bringing that up.
Because teachers simply stopped believing him when he said that he was ill every Friday afternoon in high school. So yeah, that's the kind of guy James is. He's a liar. So yeah, take everything he says now with a pinch of salt, and I'll pass on to James.
Thanks for that, Rory. Yeah, appreciate that. Okay, so before I start, I also want to just say how beautiful the army of bridesmaids are. You all look absolutely gorgeous today, and obviously we have Louise, who's the star of the show. Louise, you look stunning. Rory, you're a very lucky man, and that's kind of the nice part out of the way. So when Rory asked me to be his best man, I have to be honest, I was gutted. Not for myself actually, but for Sean Boyle in particular. I mean, he really did think he was going to get the call this year. This is my third time of being best man. It would have been nice for Sean to, get the opportunity. I actually saw Rory's list, and Roshan and Pat Sweeney were higher on it. So, not sure what that says really. Anyway, joking aside, it is always an honour to be given this role, especially when I thought I was going to get away without having to do a speech because of the pandemic and restrictions. But Rory kindly told me literally 2 days ago that the reception would be happening, and it's probably a good idea to prepare a speech. So thanks for the heads up there, Rory. I really appreciate that. So, if you don't know Rory well, he doesn't look very intelligent, but he is actually a really intelligent guy. He's got a master's in chemistry, which he likes to remind us about a couple of times a day. And the reason he asked me to do this speech was because he knows full well I won't go in on him too much. He's got way too much information on me for a start. And all the anecdotes and stories I could think of seem to have me coming off worse. So, again, not sure how that happened. So some of my fondest memories with Rory have to be on the iconic 757 school bus we used to get home together every day after school. It was dog eat dog on that school bus. It literally was survival of the fittest. And one day, well, Rory usually was like a very polite, quiet, reserved boy at school. And one day he decided to dramatically break character, which caused an altercation with one of the girls from the year below and one of his teeth flying across the bus. To this day, we don't know exactly what happened or what Rory said. But rumour has it the incident fell off the back of a mammoth Rocky and Die Hard binge that Rory had indulged in the weekend before. And yeah, that's kind of the story behind that. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Anyway. So after getting off the bus, we would then go to Miles Bakery on Sunnybank Road. We'd stock up on jam tarts, bags of crisps, cans of Coke. No idea where we got the money for all this stuff. We were only 12. And then we'd head over to our sanctuary, which was Auntie Anne's house. Just walk in, no need for any keys or anything like that. We'd play pool, wind up Angela. They were the good old days. Yeah, they really were. So, lost where I am now. Have you been messing with these sheets, Rory? I did have them on the chair, so yeah, I think someone's been, tampering with them. So, yes, here we are. So I was thinking about a story that could really sum up Rory as a person. This was incredibly difficult. It's really hard to sum up an enigma. We've known each other since we were 3 years old. Well, we've known each other longer, but that's from as far as I can remember. We went to nursery, we went to school, college, we had sleepovers together, played football, played pool, countless nights out, holidays in Ireland together, and we also went to dancing lessons together. Yeah. So I know Rory said he had 2 left feet, but he's actually had about 8 years preparation for his first dance. I was good at disco and ballroom. Rory had a natural flair for Irish dancing. I think he liked the shoes or something. I'm not really sure. So hopefully in the first dance we might get a few glimpses of that later there. So no pressure, Rory. I did see you doing some stretches before, so that's good. So anyway, given all that and how close we are, best friends, I actually realised when I came to write this speech, Rory's only said about 8 words to me in the whole time that I've known him. So, you know, I actually don't know anything about the guy. I'm not even sure his name's Rory. And Walsh, can you confirm or deny that? That'd be good. And while I'm on it, I also want to thank our parents for sending us to dancing lessons. As if school wasn't hard enough. You really ramped up the probability of us getting battered if any of the other children found out. I suppose that's what happens when your fathers work away from home. When most young boys are going to play football on a Saturday morning, we were shipped off to ballroom dancing lessons with Eddie and Amy at the St Bernadette Social Centre. So, yeah, that's good. I was so pleased for you both when I heard the news that you'd be expecting twins. You know, it's absolutely fantastic news. And Rory's actually part of a very exclusive group of men who managed to get their wife pregnant between the wedding ceremony and reception. Many men have tried and many men have failed. So as a new parent myself, I wanted to offer you some advice. It will be difficult, but it will get easier. It's very difficult in the beginning, but it will get easier. Try and work as a team, work together, support each other. And there is a statistic that I hold on to, which kind of makes me feel okay. Most children kind of leave home at the age of 38 now. So, I mean, you'll only be in your 70s by the time you get some of your life back together. And we have a habit in our family of kids moving back in around that age too. So, basically, you're never going to get rid of them. So, in all seriousness, no, it's great to be here with every single one of you. I know how important it was for Rory and Louise to share this day with you all. And on behalf of myself and everyone here, Rory and Louise, I want to wish you all the best for the future. You're a wonderful couple, and I'm sure we're all going to have a great evening celebrating your special day. So thank you very much. If you could all raise your glasses and toast Mr. and Mrs. O'Donnell. Mr. and Mrs. O'Donnell. That's it. Food will be served soon.